Rango, directed by Gore Verbinski, is an animated Western that looks and sounds like a traditional frontier film, yet constantly pokes fun at the very genre it imitates. In this video essay, we are arguing that Rango pays homage to the classic Western while simultaneously parodying it through exaggerated visual design, stylized sound cues, and a self-aware narrative that treats heroism as performance. Visually, Rango draws directly from what scholars like Jim Kitsis identify as the Western's essential iconography. The town of Dirt resembles the dusty frontier settlements of High Noon or Once Upon a Time in the West. Sun-bleached buildings, long shadows, and wide desert horizons. The harsh lighting reinforces the Western's emphasis on survival and moral clarity. But as Linda Hutcheon notes, parody operates through repetition with critical distance. Rango repeats these Western visuals, yet exaggerates them. The townspeople, owls, lizards, moles, and rodents, wear classic cowboy hats and stitched leather vests, but their animal features distort these familiar symbols into humorous caricatures. The world looks like a Western, but the details push it into parody. This mixture of homage and comedy becomes especially clear in the saloon scene. When Rango enters, the sound design builds tension the same way Sergio Leone's films do. Isolated footsteps, creaking floorboards, and faint guitar strings that hint at a coming showdown. But instead of leading to violence or intimidation, the tension collapses into awkward humor. Rango tries to imitate the confidence of a legendary gunslinger, only to make a fool of himself. The sound cues promise a classic Western confrontation, but the narrative delivers parody. The film respects the genre's style while openly mocking its seriousness. Narratively, Rango follows what Will Wright describes as the classical Western formula. An outsider arrives in a troubled town and becomes its hero. Ow! But Rango twists this formula by making its protagonist literally an actor. He is a chameleon who invents his identity moment by moment, improvising his persona based on movie cliches he's absorbed. Because of this, the film constantly questions the authenticity of Western heroism. Rango isn't heroic by nature. He's performing heroism, trying on different versions of masculinity the way he tries on different names. In doing so, the film suggests that Western heroes in general are constructed myths, shaped as much by performance as by courage. This idea reaches its peak in the confrontation with Rattlesnake Jake. Visually, the scene pays perfect homage to the Western showdown. The low-angle shots, the sweeping score, the heavy shadows. It feels like a direct tribute to Leone. But then Jake exposes Rango immediately. He calls him a fraud, a pretender, a performer. The iconic Western showdown becomes a moment where the myth collapses. The film honors the dramatic staging of classic Westerns while simultaneously questioning whether their heroes were ever authentic. Through its exaggerated mise-en-scène, parodic sound cues, and narrative built around an insecure performer, Rango becomes both a tribute to and a critique of the Western genre. It embraces the Western's iconic imagery while playfully revealing the constructed nature of its heroism. In doing so, the film reimagines the Western for modern audiences, celebrating its style while humorously exposing its myths.